So the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, USCCB, issued a condemnation of President Biden's evil agenda, how they put it. And I'm just going to read you a small snippet of it and then just going to comment on it. I must point out that our new president has pledged to pursue certain policies that would advance moral evils and threaten human life, most seriously in the areas of abortion, contraception, marriage, and gender, said Los Angeles Archbishop Jose Gomez, who serves as the USCCB's president. Of deep concern is the liberty of the church and the freedom of believers to live according to their consciences. He goes on to say that abortion is the preeminent social justice issue of our day in America. Although there's other issues that we need to address, abortion is preeminent. So I've had a lot of Catholics try to justify why they voted for a pro-abortion president versus a pro-life president. And this is one of the things they say is, well, there's other life issues, and I believe Biden is better on, helping the poor and the immigrant. And I always come back to them with this analogy. I'm like, okay, as Catholics, we're called to help the poor. The treasure of the church is the poor, I've said on many occasions. However, if you're walking down the street and you see this poor, dilapidated building, this house falling apart, no running water, no electricity, no heat, no hot water, just roach infested, and there's children living in there, and you don't lend a helping hand, that's a sin. But now, if someone comes up and says, hey, it's a sin that these people got to live this way, I'll take care of it. And he throws gasoline on the house and then burns it down and then locks the doors so these children die inside. That's a greater sin. And that's what abortion is. Abortion is murder. The Didache in 50 AD condemned abortion as murder. Today, you would have to be a complete science denier to say there's not a human life in there. Or you would have to be a liar. So the evil agenda that the Catholic bishops are condemning is the first day, his first priority was to, what he said, codify abortion laws in America, codify Roe v. Wade. So in case this pro-life court that President Trump put together overturned Roe v. Wade, it would still protect abortion. That was like one of his first priorities. And then, the Catholic bishops are nonpartisan. They don't endorse either candidate. They condemn agendas, but they didn't call Biden evil. But think about this. I think this was kind of evil. When his press secretary was asked on Inauguration Day, was President Biden going to maintain the Mexico City law that Trump put in place that does not allow taxpayer money to pay for abortions overseas, and will he not change the Hyde Amendment, which doesn't allow taxpayer money to pay for abortions in America through Medicaid and Medicare? Instead of giving a yes and no answer, which Biden never does, the answer was very disturbing to me. She said, President Biden is a devout Catholic. He started today in church. And then she went on to another question. Okay, what the heck does that mean? On the campaign trail, he said he supported overturning both of these issues. Oh, but because he's a Catholic, we're supposed to say, oh, well, that's okay. That's what the church believes. He's okay with that. What was her reasoning for that? That's like, people think Benny Hinn is evil for using God to become a multimillionaire. But that's both evil. You know, using God to advance an agenda of slaughtering millions of babies just so you can have power, and saying, oh, you know, I'm a devout Catholic, don't question my morality. And then contraception, the liberty of the church, gender. Biden has already said on the campaign trail that he's going to go after Little Sisters of the Poor, these nuns that the Obama administration took to court because they refused to provide contraception and abortion insurance for their employees. Trump's people overturned that. They took, you know, they stopped going after them. They protected them. They actually went to court in their favor, saying no, they don't have to do that. There's religious liberty, because President Trump was the most pro-religious liberty president we ever had. Biden looks like he's going to be the most anti-religious liberty president we ever had, and said he's going to take them back to court. And this is what the bishops are worried about. And he's appointing people, he's naming people that have said publicly they want to take away tax breaks for churches that preach against homosexuality. They actually want to put people in jail for hate speech. Some of his people actually want to put pastors and priests in jail if they use hate speech, like they do in Canada. In Canada, a pastor got put in jail for hate speech because he was telling homosexuals that homosexuality is a sin. So this is what the bishops are worried about. So we have a lot to pray about. We have a lot to do. We have to oppose these guys on every issue. We got to call our congressmen. We got to pray. We got to try and stop this evil agenda, as our Catholic bishops say. And, you know, just be thankful for the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church is the only institution that's been around for 2,000 years and has not went back on her morals. Not one institution can say that. It's been around this long. Not one church can say that. For 2,000 years, we maintained abortion was a sin. We maintain marriages between a man and a woman. The church has never backed down. Even when we've had some questionable leaders, our morals were never questionable. Even when we had compromised leaders, our morals have never been compromised. Even when we've had impure leaders, our morals have never been impure. They have always stayed pure. Jesus promised to protect his church from the gates of hell. And for 2,000 years, he's protected the doctrines and the moral teachings of the Catholic Church. We should be thankful for our bishops who stood up and spoke truth in the name of Christ. God bless and stay Catholic.